Alright, so this is the week 4 assignment. Let me just pull that up so I can read off of it. So for this week, we needed to do showing a scene with basic illumination and materials, and then the same scene with two completely different looks, using styles, lighting, or whatever, using the following, which is global illumination, baked real time. I believe I used baked, um, especially since the real time global illumination is getting removed in the near future. So started using baked and learning that. Then reflection probes, lighting probes, two post processing effects, and materials and shaders. So let's just get right into it. So I'll go back up here. All right, so here's my sort of basic scene. I added one more sphere to it later just because I wanted a bigger mix of colors, but just, the basics of. Actually, let me do one more thing. Do I not have. One second. Let me just grab that. Okay, now we should be fine. So basically, just these two balls, the grandfather clock I have. Um, I just have a spotlight pretty much shooting light in here. Just some basic lighting to show off this box and what's inside. Um, so I mean that's just the basic illumination of materials. There's the emission doesn't really do anything since none of that is baked in the scene. It's just a spotlight. I mean it looks pretty plain. So that's why we get into these other scenes that I have. So these ones use the reflection probes, global illumination lighting probes, the processing effects, all of that. So let me make sure I click on part 1. So I will turn this off for now, just so that I can show. There we go. There, okay. So pretty much what's going to happen in this scene is I have this little ball right here, and it's going to move around. This sphere just stays where it's at, and then these three have their emission to kind of throw the light around, as you can see. Um, so this sphere, I call it moving sphere, because it will move throughout the scene to show how the different lights hit off using the light probe apps. I have way too many of these, but I was getting confused on how it was supposed to work, but also since it moves around the screen, it kind of needs a few more. So this sphere, I can show it real quick with my material. Yeah. So if I turn its metallic up, just drop that on there. So I have the reflection probe right in the middle of this scene, doing the box around the area. Click back on this and do smoothness. You can see how like it gets from the reflection probe. And then also I believe, oh, that's baked, so I can also have it in real time. But yeah, so that's just showing off what the reflection probe does. So I will put that back to not being metallic. Yeah, just for now. And I can show the sphere going around the scene. So there it's orange. It'll move away from all the lights to where it matches this sphere. And once it goes over the pink, it gets a little bit of pink. Up here it gets the yellow, mixed with some pink, mixed with some orange. I can actually move up closer to it. So now it's going to get a lot of orange. Again, it moves away, gets sort of just dark. It gets the pink reflection. Up here it gets the pink on this side, yellow on that side. As it moves down, it'll get the orange again. This is sort of just colored, and because it's such a dark color, it's hard to see, but it has the lights hitting on all sides. And what else can I say? Yeah, so all of them have, all the things that aren't moving have to be marked as static so that we can get the not that one. So we can get the maps. All the different maps. There's like the pink, the yellow, the orange. This was a white map that I had. How do I can't make it bigger. Wow. But so there's this stick thing over here. I did have a fireplace in the scene, which I showed off in my week 3. It's this thing right here, but because I had to switch to a different rendering pipeline, I didn't bring over shader graph for this assignment, and that's why it's pink. But if you watch the week 3 video, then you'll be able to see the fire in all of its glory. So that's the scene, and then if we turn this back on, so you can see that it's all black and white. I added some ambient occlusion to get some darker shadows. And what I like is that if you turn on turn off is global, I have it set up so then it fades into it. It's pretty much just the box collider down here. And then this other green line is the blend distance. So if I kick that up a little higher, and then when I go into it, it just gets gray. Which I really like that that's like super easy to set up. And it does a really nice like blending effect. But all of these just turn white based on since they're super bright, and then these are gray and dim, and then that's dark. So yeah, that is the first one. And then since I had that and I got all the post-processing set up and whatnot, I was like, and also Annie helped me this week actually, because I was having trouble with URP, and then she helped me move over to LWRP. Actually, no, I don't even think I'm on LWRP. I think I'm just the basic rendering pipeline, the built-in. But so then I took all this stuff and I said, let me really mess with it. So that's where part 2 comes in. So this post-processing, I have the contrast up a little bit. I added a bloom just to make it a little bit brighter, and also give these streaks, which really that's just a wood texture, but it mainly goes where it's lighter, so it makes it look kind of dirty. Then I have the ambient occlusion again to give it that darker feel. I didn't use the lens distortion. Then I have the vignette, so then I can like close it in. And I like this one that's not rounded because it gave me the idea, because you can do masked, and if you make a mask, you can have like it look like there's 2 eyes or whatever you want your sight to be, or whatever you want your you could even make it a flashlight. So like if you're making a spooky game, you could have like a flashlight. So that's what this is sort of representing. And then grain, just because it gives that extra graininess texture. So we can look at this one. So it's the thought of like you get in there and it gets dark and you can only see so much and it gets really grainy and dirty. In this I could definitely see, like if I turn my vignette just a little bit up, there you go, and smoothness, yeah, like we could just have a circle, but like even there, like this could be some form of flashlight, so you can just see and like you're just walking around, turn, and then there's like something spooky. So I mean, I really like this effect. I think it's really cool. Um, and it's pretty much all just done with this post-processing volume right here, plus the baked maps. So yeah, that's the two post-processing that shows the light probes, reflection probes. I showed materials and shaders. That was another thing with the fireplace, because the fire has emission on it, but every time I tried to use it, it would not work. So I don't know if that was because I was still in URP and that's why it wasn't working, but I was just trying to bake the emission from the light onto the like surrounding area, and the emission from my shader was not getting taken in as the light map. So I might have to look more into that just to see what I can do. But yeah, that's my project for this week.